Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
Commissioner Meal.
Here.
Commissioner Martin.
Here.
Commissioner Powers.
Here.
Chairman Morse.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. May we have the automated message, please? She's not here today.
Anyone who has not signed in, please do so at the table located in the lobby. Should anyone wish to speak, please complete a request to speak form, which is also located on the lobby table next to the sign-in sheet. A request to speak form must be completed for each item you would like to speak on. Please note, there are stairs on the right, left, and center aisles, and we ask that you use caution when using the stairs. There is also a ramp located to the audience's left. If anyone has written comments, exhibits, petitions, photos, or letters they intend to present at today's meeting, have 17 copies and give them to a staff member at the back of the auditorium. Staff member, please hold up your hand for the audience. If you do not have 17 copies, you may use the overhead camera to present your documents. Please place your documents on the podium and line it up with the arrows indicated. If you want your documentation to go on record, you must hand them to the clerk after your presentation with the agenda item number clearly marked on the documentation. Members of the public cannot speak to staff members that are seated at the tables with microphones during the meeting. If you have questions, please see the staff member located in the back of the auditorium. All speakers will be limited to 2 minutes to make their presentation statements. Everyone, please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate during the meeting. If you must take a call, please leave the meeting area and go outside to have your conversation. We also ask the audience to refrain from talking with one another during the presentations and discussions. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear public testimony and then forward a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. Everyone attending the meeting is asked to remember that the administrative building and campus are tobacco-free areas, which means no smoking is allowed from curb to curb. No food or drinks are allowed in the auditorium except for bottled water. If there are any items remaining on the agenda, the Commission will break for lunch for 1 hour per the Chairman's discretion.
Thank you. The items with a recommendation made by the Commission will be heard by the Board of Supervisors on Monday, March 16th, 2020, at 9:30 a.m. in this same location, with the exception of any continued items. Have the Commission members had a chance to review the meeting minutes for the last meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, I get a motion to,
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
motion by Commissioner
name?
Kelly, and, huh?
What's his name?
And, what's his name? The other guy down there. A second by Commissioner Gillette. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Call to the public. I see one slip to the call to the public. Ken Works. Don't you start.
Good morning. My name is Ken Works. I live in Yucca at 2250 Crystal Springs Road. And I just wanted to thank the commissioners for their consideration regarding everyone else in the building when they feel an unexpected bout of nausea coming on or something like that could cause them to retch in public. I want to thank them for leaving the public view and going behind the screen to the vomitorium whenever such occurrences happen. And I've been a victim of chain retching before when people neglect to leave the public view when they're retching. So I want to thank you very much for the commissioners who experienced at the last meeting such nausea to depart the public view and go behind the screen momentarily while they calmed themselves down and made sure that they did not retch in public. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No other slips for call to the public. Is there anybody that didn't sign up that would like to say something? Seeing no hands, let's move on to the item number 1A.
Item number 1A is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the Mojave County General Plan and an amendment to the Desert Hills Fire District Area Plan from an MDR, Medium Density Residential Land Use Designation, to a GC, General Commercial Land Use Designation for assessors parcel numbers 120, 05, 133, and 193 in the Lake Havasu vicinity. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Is the applicant here? Would you like to contribute?
I can answer questions if you have any.
Thank you, Kathy. Any questions by the commission? None? Let's see, I have no slips to the public on discussion on this. May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve per staff recommendation.
I'll second the motion.
A motion by, excuse me, Commissioner Jacks and a second by Commissioner Alexander. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 1B.
Item 1B is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor parcel number 120-05-133 from an R1 single-family residential zone to a C2 general commercial zone to allow for an indoor storage facility and to combine with the subject parcel with the adjacent commercial parcel in the Lake Havasu vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
Thank you. Applicant? Thank you, Kathy. Commission comments? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve per staff recommendation.
And I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Jacks and a second by Commissioner Alexander. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2A.
Item number 2A is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the Mojave County General Plan and an amendment to the Desert Hills Fire District Area Plan from an MDR, Medium Density Residential Land Use Designation, to a GC, General Commercial Land Use Designation for assessor parcel numbers 120, 12080, and 081 in the Lake Havasu vicinity. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Is the applicant here? Would you like to say something, sir? Please state your name and address.
Linda Williams, Mike Williams.
The property that is in question, there's 2A and 2B that we're trying to get zoned for that restaurant for parking. The paperwork we got says that there was some houses that were already on it, stick-built homes. We tore those off about a year and a half to 2 years ago. This is kind of what it looked like, if you care to share. That's one of them there that we did.
Oh, you put it upside down.
Sorry.
Turn it around so we can see it.
Here you go. Is that better? Sorry.
Keep going. Underneath.
upside down.
There you go.
Okay. Phew.
They were manufactured homes.
Yeah, they were, as it stated, and then the other one was adjacent to it, which
Attaboy.
is there. That's the other one we tore down. They're vacant properties now. We disposed all the stuff at the landfill. We applied for this permit. When we did our original permit for this restaurant, The architect drew a parking as you face a restaurant would be on the north side. Evidently, somebody had a hiccup, and it's in dispute about whose property it is. So the county asked us to move parking to the adjacent properties. If we could purchase those, we did. So we're going to abandon the parcel that's on the north side of the restaurant and use this other parking that we applied for.
And that's why we need a rezon.
I think that's about it.
That it? Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I do have one slip to Michael O'Brien. Would you please state your name and address, please?
Michael O'Brien, 3632 London Bridge Road.
Thank you.
All right. It's a little hard to talk about in 2 minutes, but about everything I heard there isn't quite true. I think these people have been dubbed, however you say it, by the county. I don't know who else, you say the architect, the engineers, the designers, the inspectors, everybody. And something's really fishy about it all. All right? That's about as much as I can say in 2 minutes. But this is going to stink. They're operating a 100% illegal business. Illegally drawn up, taking my land, using my land. Those 2 houses they just got, they just kind of put the guy in jail and then told him to clean it up. They just did that to me, all right? It's really not all their fault. By no means are they sweet people. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments from the commission? Any comments from the commission? I have one comment. The parking that's being proposed is on the 2 lots that you're vacating. Let me get to where I need to be. Is of the applicant. Is the manufactured home on the east side of the parking area? It looks to me like it was a fairly new.
It's a brand new one, sir. That belongs to the guy that runs the restaurant. That's another lot that we cleaned up.
Okay.
And he put that brand new home in there. That's where he stays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I'm questioning is once you start putting additional facilities for parking for a business next to residential lots, we may need to have or suggest some sort of barrier wall or.
Oh, we're going to fence it, sir, and we're going to landscape it, irrigate it, light it, make it. I mean, it'll be. Have you ever been by the restaurant? Anybody been over?
I have.
It's kept up quite well. It's landscaped properly. It'll be the same thing on that parking area.
I might have missed it, but staff, was there a wall recommended or a barrier between the parking and the residential?
Mr. Chairman, on the rezone applications, this application is for the plan amendment, but on the rezone application, we do have special conditions. One of the condition is that it has to only be used for a parking lot. We eliminated any other use in the C2 zone except for the parking lot. And also, it has to meet the site plan requirements as far as our requirements for view obscuring. We didn't specifically put in there that it had to have the wall, but when they go through the site plan process, it would require one because it's a non-compatible use adjacent to the residential.
Thank you. I know it's the general plan
Right.
amendment, but still, they dovetail.
Right.
Okay, I have no further comments.
I have a question, and maybe a question of clarification. You're wanting to rezone for a parking lot, and yet you've put a mobile home on one of the lots?
No, ma'am, that doesn't belong to me. We just cleaned those three
Oh, you
lots
just
up.
cleaned
They
those
look
up.
like those pictures.
Okay.
Actually, there was a pest problem at the restaurant in the trash area because of all that stuff there. So even if I didn't own the property, I would have cleaned it up to stop that mess. But the residences there actually belongs to the guy that operates that restaurant. Jaime Del La Torre is his name, and he couldn't make it today. He had an emergency out of state. He said he'd apologize for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions of the applicant?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Does anybody in staff have any idea what the public comment was about or what he was referring to? I mean, can you enlighten us in any way? Because it didn't quite make sense to me.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioner Kelly, yeah, we've been dealing with Mr. O'Brien for several months. He lives directly north of the restaurant.
Across the street?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And there's been some dispute on where his property line is and an easement that goes through there. And a lot of people were parking in that easement, but it could possibly be that they're parking on his property. So we've been working with the Williams to be able to take away all those parking spaces on that side and find a new place for them. And this was one of the options to accommodate for all the seats that they have in their restaurant was clear off these properties, rezone them, create a parking lot so that they're not causing any more parking issues on that north side.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Do I have a motion?
Motion approved according to staff recommendations.
Motion by, excuse me, Commissioner Kelly and a second by Commissioner Powers. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 2B.
Item 2B is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor parcel numbers 120, and 081 from an RMH, single-family residential manufactured home zone, to a C2 general commercial zone to allow for a parking lot in the Lake Havasu vicinity. Staff has recommended approval with standard conditions and with the condition that the property will be rezoned to C2 general commercial for the use of a parking facility only.
Thank you. Would the applicant like to add anything? You good? Thank you. Comments from commission? May I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve per staff recommendations.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Jackson and a second by Commissioner Llewellyn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Gillette, excuse me. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3.
Item number 3 is an evaluation of a request for a special use permit for assessor's parcel number 317-49085 to allow for a billboard in a C2H4A highway commercial 4-acre minimum lot size zone in the White Hills vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
Thank you. Is the applicant available? Seeing no hands, commissioner comments? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve according to staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Alexander and a second by Commissioner Jacks. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4.
Item number 4 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of a portion of assessor's parcel number 317-49017 from an A general zone to a C2 2A general commercial 2-acre minimum lot size zone and a C2 10A general commercial 10-acre minimum lot size zone to allow for a minor land division and commercial uses in the White Hills vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
Thank you. The applicant, Kathy?
Good morning, Honorable Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Kathy Tackett Hicks. I'm acting as the owner's agent, and I just want to cringe when I look at that site plan because the original configuration was different like that, but I just wanted to let the commission know that the actual configuration of the split is going to be what's on the legal description. So sometimes when they're rushed to get everything processed and in the chute because we have to wait so long before it's heard before the commission, some of the layouts change a little bit. In this case, it did. So the site plan I submitted, and I did let staff know, was changed a little bit to reflect what the legal description that's in your packet. It's no big deal. It probably only bugs me, but I just wanted to relay that it was going to be per the legal description in your packet. And it makes sense. It complies with the regulations, and will follow through and support the staff recommendations. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you. Questions of the applicant? None?
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Questions, commissioners? Comments? May I have a motion, please?
Motion approved for staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Kelly, second by Commissioner Gillette. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Monthly reports. That was 4, right? Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, we do not have any monthly reports.
Okay. Commissioner comments. Anybody got anything on their mind? Except for leaving? All righty. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Jackson, second by Commissioner Alexander. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Appreciate everybody coming.